For the government point of view, let's welcome Iddo Moed, Cybersecurity Coordinator at the Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm very pleased to join the 2020 Cyber Week together with so many of you today, albeit online instead of around the sunny Tel Aviv University campus as in previous years. Current circumstances challenge the ability to meet in person and discuss cyber policies, though one could name several convenient advantages to online conferences, I'm sure. Gathering in this forum is indeed a great opportunity for us to discuss the major issues of our time, to discuss the challenges and opportunities that we face, and to share our views. I have the honor to present some of the major global issues of our day and to share our thoughts and ideas on the issues that we believe are most important. Earlier this year, Director General of the Israel National Cyber Directorate said the following: "Rapid is not something that describes well enough how fast and how crazy and hectic things are moving forward in the cyberspace. And I think we will remember April and May 2020 as a changing point in the history of modern cyber warfare." He was referring to an attack on water utilities in Israel, which he described as highly synchronized and organized attack, specifically aiming at humanitarian infrastructure. COVID-19, as an unprecedented global pandemic that affects the entire global population, along with exponential growth in dependence on secure ICT environment in recent years, has highlighted salient new vulnerabilities in regards to the instruments and mechanisms used by states, organizations, and individuals to protect networks, data, and privacy. In recent months, healthcare institutions, research centers, and laboratories became the target of malicious actors, including the World Health Organization. This new threat environment was underscored by cyber companies' reports in recent years that reflected an exponential rise of attacks such as ransomware, advanced persistent threats, and others, and projected its continuation in the foreseeable future. The initial cybersecurity side effects of COVID-19 were twofold. First, as national efforts to mitigate COVID-19 were hampered by cyber attacks, governments sought to direct and innovate ways to exchange information with friendly partners to address these challenges. These efforts led to closer international cooperation based on trust and confidentiality. Secondly, the new threat environment created internationally a need to reassess or reevaluate priorities, and in some cases, reassess national definitions regarding critical infrastructures and other basic concepts such as capacity building. Israel has always regarded international dialogue and cooperation as highly valuable and an integral part of its contribution to global cyber resilience. In recent months, therefore, numerous events were held in bilateral and multilateral context where sharing information and best practices on mitigating cybersecurity challenges related to COVID-19 with many of our international partners. In addition, a series of joint webinars under the title of Life with COVID-19 was organized by the Blavatnik Interdisciplinary Cyber Research Center and the Israel National Cyber Directorate, including recently a collaboration with the United Arab Emirates. Israel CERT has also published a series of alerts and information packages and translated them into English for worldwide use. In addition, Israel has facilitated an online marketplace for vetted cybersecurity vendors to be able to offer security solutions for the current pandemic use cases, such as remote access. This site will be opened up also for international use to promote trusted cyber market. From an international policy perspective, it is important to note that in the context of the United Nations, cyber norms deliberations taking place this year and against the backdrop of the effects of cyber attacks against medical institutions and research centers, new ideas were surfacing regarding the need to designate the healthcare sector as a critical infrastructure within a list of already existing voluntary norms. This development is remarkable because no other specific sector has been highlighted in similar way until now. While international law applies in principle, it is necessary that it adapts appropriately to the realities of ICT-based world. In particular, it is important to consider the unique differences between the physical and ICT spheres. In relation to the extent, scope, and nature of international law's applicability and its state-conducted interpretations and implementations of ICTs. In addition, it is important to assure the fair dissemination of benefits and advantages of a peaceful ICT environment among all nations. As the COVID-19 crisis has demonstrated, and given the rapidly evolving ICT environment, it is impossible to foresee the circumstances in which future norms will be relevant and useful. Therefore, Israel views attempts to formulate new norms as counterproductive. Addressing the need to solidify the global basis for cooperation, it has therefore become vital to turn to frameworks that managed to overcome political disagreements. One such an organization that has successfully promoted regional cooperation is the Organization for Economic and Security Cooperation in Europe, the OSCE. In 2013, and in order to enhance collaboration in cybersecurity, a list of confidence-building measures in ICT was formulated and agreed on. Today, much of the discussions regarding the implementation of these measures is done keeping the corona-related requirements of these measures in mind. Israel, as a Mediterranean partner of the OSCE, follows these discussions closely with the aim of enhancing regional cybersecurity and stability. Looking ahead, COVID-19 appears to have intensified global efforts regarding cybersecurity. On the one hand, like-minded countries are focusing on sharing practical online and offline information, and on the other, jointly working to promote the discussions regarding how international law applies to cyber domain. As for Israel, and similarly to the past, Israel strives to focus on practical ways to enhance global cybersecurity resilience. In Israel's experience, building cybersecurity bottom-up by fostering a cybersecurity ecosystem, facilitating real-time information sharing, developing advanced methodologies, promoting educational programs, and awareness raising are the most effective, concrete, and useful steps for states to improve their cybersecurity. Thank you.